Good to be here. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We just had a nice dinner. Definitely wanted to catch up with you. There's been lots of things going on at Renforth.
Yeah.
And everybody who's interested in Renforth needs to be following your Facebook page, because you like to give updates on, sort of how things are going with the drill and how deep and all that. So you want to kind of elaborate there?
No, for sure. We have a Facebook page. It's Renforth Resources. And actually, I don't know if you saw it. Later today, I posted a cool drone video from the drill. And then we went up and we looked at our neighbor, Canadian Malartic. And then the drone panned around and looked to the north and saw LaRonde and Westwood. So all the mines nearby. So yeah, lots of fun stuff on Facebook. I put updates every morning with where the drill's at. We have a current drilling program going on right now. So yeah, you should follow it.
And so you're going to be drilling all the way until Christmas?
Yeah, we're we're probably, by the end of the day, I would guess we're about 300 meters into our 6th hole of a program that's probably going to be about 20 holes, just under 7,200 meters planned. And that takes us right through till Christmas. We're about a third of the way into the program now, so I think we'll hit that. I think it's a reasonable target for Christmas. We'll get as far as we can and bring the boys home at Christmas. So,
now we hinted towards, another developing story with Nicole. Is there any more you can kind of tell us about that?
So yeah, we press released the Surimeau property. We acquired Surimeau the cheapest way you can. We staked the ground, and we consolidated for the first time 4 historic areas of work, which were nickel. It was worked for nickel. A bit was worked for copper, zinc, a bit of gold. There's a little bit of everything. Because what we did determine with our initial field work was there's in fact a VMS system, and then there's an ultramafic sulfide nickel. It took us a while to tell the public about it because we did some lab tests to determine that the vast majority of the nickel we were seeing was sulfide, which is the better...
Battery grade?
More easy. It's the green nickel. It's the more easily liberated nickel. So we still have both things. We're early days yet. The property's vast. It's 2 mineralized horizons, which if you line them up, there's a south and a north. If you line them up, you'd have about 50 kilometers of strike. And they are separate from each other. We've done initial field work prospecting. We're actually going to later this month do a little bit more prospecting, try and get a little bit more information. Then we'll be assessing it over the winter, and we'll consider some drilling come winter. So, February next year, sort of timing.
Well, one thing that investors look for and speculators look for is a fully funded exploration company. And that you are.
That's us. Yeah. Yep. We're sitting in a good position right now. We concluded all the work around the sale of New Alger. So that leaves us now with more than 8 million in cash and securities in the till, so to speak, and the 5 wholly owned properties, with the flagship being our Parbec, which is it's a bulk tonnage gold property on the Cadillac Break, contiguous to Canada's largest open pit gold mine. So it is your bulk tonnage gold target you asked me about a while ago.
Yes.
So
what's your favorite part of the story right now as a CEO? Something, when you get up every day, what's the most exciting part of
Oh, it's the drill turning. It's always exciting when the drill's turning.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's exciting because I get feedback from the geologists in the field. I get updates every morning and every night as to meters drilled, but I also get updates as to the lithologies they're seeing, what they're seeing in the rock. Unfortunately, and it's a bad joke that I really worked to death the last drill program at Parbec, but Parbec's 50 shades of gray. The rock, visually, I give people rock samples that assay 13, 15 grams per ton, and it's gray. Gray, gray, and gray. So they can't tell me looking at it what they expect the grade to be, but they can tell me when they have all the ingredients for mineralization. And that's super exciting, and then it's super frustrating to wait for it to come back from the lab.
The good old labs.
Labs are awesome right now. COVID did a number on them. We have 4 batches in queue for analysis right now. We're hoping to get it by the end of next week. We have a whole bunch more that's in queue for prepping. So we deliver the samples. The guys split the core, they bag it, they tag it, they securely seal it, and they deliver it in Val d'Or. And in Val-d'Or, the core is prepped. The core is crushed, it's homogenized, and it's split. And a small amount from the several kilogram sample, it's a very small sample that gets put in an envelope and securely transported from Val-d'Or to Vancouver for analysis is done in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So the lab is working. The prep facility is pretty backed up, and it's largely due to COVID, unfortunately. No overtime, no extra bodies, no extra shifts, downtime for cleaning. It's just backing the labs up. So the assays are going to be slower in this program, which is you take that, the excitement of knowing what the drill hits during the night, and then the wait for the assays. It's a little frustrating, but it's what it is.
What would you say is somewhat of a realistic timeline given delays at the labs? And I ask this question because speculators always want to know.
Oh, of course they do.
So I mean,
like I said, I'm waiting on 4 batches, and 4 batches is maybe 1 drill hole. It's maybe the first hole in the program. So it's not even going to be the most indicative. It's going to be a new driller on the property, first hole. Let's see how the machine works, hole. And it's always an easy hole for the driller that we pick first. I will probably know, hopefully I'll know what those results are at the end of next week, maybe early the following week. So that's got us into the second last week of October. When could the public expect a press release? If it's something I have enough data to make a reasonable press release, second last to last week of October. The problem is I don't know what batches they have, and the batches can jump all over the hole. So I might only have a portion of a drill hole, and will it be a thing to disclose at that time? The guys sample rock. At Parvik, we pretty much sample the whole hole. So they sample rock, which may well have nothing in it, because they don't know for sure it has nothing in it. And we've been caught going back and resampling what we thought was barren rock, and it's graded for gold. So, will we have samples? We're probably looking at November, December for assay results for this program, and January. I will continue to press release just on the meterage drilled and the lithologies hit, but I fully expect every one of those press releases is going to say we hit all the lithologies we were aiming for. But that's all I can tell you is, we've seen enough of these rocks that we know the lithologies we're looking for. But we can't tell you the grade. Come the new year, we'll be back at drilling Parvik. There's no magic, like I said. We will drill from the north side of the tracks into the southeastern portion of the property, and into the island trench zone within the volcanics. Those will be the targets of that program. And the idea is to drill all through the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, restate the resource.
Okay. I always ask you this, I'll ask it again. What future campaigns do you have for marketing and promotion outside of what we do here?
Well, I have a few.
Because I see some volume in the stock.
I have various people like yourself who work and talk to different audiences. And I just started working with a new fellow. And he's bringing on a marketing-specific company in the financial services industry. So I think we'll start to see there's a few things happening on the marketing front, none of which are anything that I'm going to point a finger at and name. But it's a concerted effort now through the end of the year to market. People can't make an investment decision if they don't even know you're out there.
Yep.
And our profile's been really, really low. You're the first company I started working with earlier this year. So, and then it took some time to find a comparable a fit to do, I don't want to repeat what you're doing. I want to complement what you're doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely can see more eyes coming onto the stock. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's also, I just got the Northern Miner Global Symposium's coming up. There's a Mines and Money Connect, again, online, which is more institutional, but that's coming up. We're sponsoring a show in Germany that's immediately upon us, where I submit written material. But, so we'll be out there. You'll see us.
Did you follow Tesla's Battery Day at all?
Only briefly, but with interest, because Elon makes a few interesting points, and maybe not at Battery Day, maybe something else I was reading. But the reality is, I get the impression he's increasing efficiencies within his organization, and one of those efficiencies is the transport of nickel. It's heavy. It takes time to transport it. He also, so he's looking for North American sources of nickel, green nickel, as opposed to some of the horror stories you hear in other parts of the world. And of course, we're jurisdictionally as secure as you could possibly be because we're in Quebec. So, yeah, I keep an eye on Tesla. Not the only one in the EV space, and it's not the only use of nickel, but yeah, I'm watching.
I think that's good for an update.
Yeah, I mean, we covered the fact that we're funded, we're actively drilling, we're marketing. Results will come when I can get the results out.
Yeah.
A little bit of exploration at the nickel discovery. And still the whole team of geologists thinking about it as well to see what, we have a VMS there also.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be more on that story.
A lot of blue sky potential.
A lot of blue sky. And, Parbeck. We completed the longest hole. Renforth has drilled just under 8,400 meters in, I think, 37 drill holes at Parbeck. And we just completed a 600-meter hole, which was the longest hole we've ever drilled. Well, we're 300 meters now into a 900-meter long hole. Mm-hmm. So we're going deep. Lapa mine to the north of us was discovered under an old mine that produced to 200 meters depth. The Lamac Triangle Zone is deep and gets better the deeper it goes. East Amphi, immediately next door to us, is deep, and I hear that they've drilled a lot deeper. So we're in a camp where you've got to go deep, you've got to drill the long holes, and that's what we've started to do. So now we're really into the area where drill holes could get very interesting.
Well, that's it for the update. I think our next one, it'll probably be deeper into fall.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to do like a winter one around the fire. Eh?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So again, make sure you follow Nicole's Facebook page.
Yeah, Facebook's the main one.
Yeah, I like how you use that one. It's pretty user-friendly and easy.
Yeah.
I'm Karl Boyd, president of Follow the Money. Make sure you like us on all of our platforms at FTMIG Invest on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.